Okay, we are live. I just want to turn my phone off here. I forgot to do that. Okay. All right. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Happy Monday. This is lecture 5, and welcome. If you're with me, I can't see, because my screen is big. I'm on my desktop. And if you're with me during this live lecture, thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. And if you watch the replay, if you're watching the replay, thank you so much. I love and appreciate you. All right, so this lecture 5 is about systemic sclerosis, okay? The sclerosis, so I want to make sure. Again, this is all new for me. What I've been doing is watching videos and reading as much information as I can, reputable. Now, I'll go to National Institute of Health, NIH, Scleroderma Foundation, um, some academic readings, but just basic searching the Google. I've learned not to do that because that can be quite traumatic. And for those who are Googling, if you're Googling different things, if you've just been diagnosed or you've received some information about health, don't Google it. Don't Google it. There's so much. If you Google it, you're going to get the worst of whatever you're Googling. So I highly, highly encourage you, spare yourself that pain, that emotion, that fear. Talk with your specialist or primary health care physician, and then once it's known, or once you know what's going on, then maybe Google the specific and learn reputable or places that you will find that you accept. You say, okay, I can go with I can go with them. They seem credible. And even ask your doctor, him or her, what sites that you can go to. But just blanket Google, no, don't do it. Anyway, I watched this. I watched this YouTube on this Dr. Elizabeth Ortiz, and she's out of Dallas, Texas. And I loved her energy because even she's talking about systemic sclerosis, also known as scleroderma. And I didn't, I learned some things from her. But I love her energy because I'm gonna share with you, without faith, systemic sclerosis, scleroderma can be very daunting. It can be very scary because it is a very serious thing. And I'm doing the advocacy, increasing awareness on it because I didn't know about it, and it wasn't until my loved one was diagnosed with this condition, and then I said, okay, well, as as that mama bear kind of thing, said, okay, I need to find as much as I can about this condition, disease, disorder, syndrome. I'm very careful about labeling stuff because, as a metaphysician, I believe, you got to be careful. I don't, even different sites that I go to, when they'll say it's an incurable, there's no cure, and this disease, I may say disease or something like that. So I'm learning, right? Now that I'm learning enough, even though I have so much more to go, but I'm learning enough now that now I'm getting comfortable in my own language that I can cognizantly and consciously monitor, my thought and what I'm saying. Anyway, I really enjoyed this video. I mean, like I said, I loved her energy, and no, I love her energy. I still do it. I saved it in my playlist in YouTube so that I can watch it again and again, because the more you watch something, the more you learn, at least for me. Okay, so I just wanted to share some information about systemic sclerosis, also known as scleroderma. Now, one of the things that I learned from the GRASP project, that's the genome, I don't remember all the words, the answer, the GRASP, genome research, I think awareness, that's scleroderma project. I think that's what I know. It's genome scleroderma project. In between, I'm not sure what the words are, but anyway, I loved how they indicated how systemic sclerosis is a unique. They say unique disease expression. So I'm going to say it's uniquely expressed and is individually uniquely expressed. Okay. In other words, there is no cookie cutter and I know, like my daughter, it was said that things will happen in about a year or two, the reversion and different things like that. Well, now that I'm learning about this stuff, that's cookie cutter. If it's individually uniquely expressed, which I love, there is no, well, it's going to do this definitely. Well, one is good. You have that faith like that mustard seed, but I'm not going to get into that. That's a whole new thing here, a different thing. But I just want to say that what I'm learning is like, okay, no, it ain't set in stone. Stuff ain't set in stone. Just like there's no, it just hasn't been recovered. So, which I'm loving it. In the midst of even the gamut of emotions and the gamut of fear and the gamut of questioning and the gamut of all this kind of stuff, I'm learning because this has been a learning. This is a learning experience. Everything that we experience in our life, it's a learning. It's there for a reason to teach us something. And so anyway, it is uniquely expressed in individuals. Okay. The other, with systemic sclerosis, the specialist that is a team. You need a team of specialists, and you need a rheumatologist, immunologist, diet and movement essential, and mental health and wellness. Absolutely, absolutely. You've got to bring in that mental health that component of healing, of self healing. Okay, that's just essential. Systemic sclerosis that's called scleroderma. Systemic means that it's general, meaning that it can be all over our body, inside and out. The sclerosis means hardening of body tissue, okay? Of body tissue being skin, lungs, um, kidney, vital, our 10 vital organs, okay? That's the hardening of body tissue. Scleroderma, what she said is poorly understood. Let me get my notes here, put it on here. She says poorly understood because, I was thinking, I'm still getting, like I'm embracing what she's saying and embracing others, so that I can, how we take this information there, we take this information there, we take this information here, we digest, we digest it, we assimilate it, and we either retain, we retain what we need to retain, and we eliminate the rest. But you got to assemble all this stuff first, and it's got to be more than one. When you go to a doctor, go to more than one. When you need information, go to more than one specialist to get an idea. So anyway, what she was saying that with systemic, and I'm going to keep saying, even though it's a tongue twister, even she said, I'm going to say scleroderma because, systemic sclerosis can be a tongue twister. Well, that's okay for me. I mean, I'm not worried about scorekeepers saying, oh, she didn't say it right or she twisted. I'm not worried about that. So anyway, systemic sclerosis is out of control fibrosis. That's scarring, scarring. Like when we cut ourselves, the healing process is the scar. Well, with systemic sclerosis, the healing continues, means the scarring continues, which tightens up. Now, what I've learned, and it is true, because I learned with most, especially with autoimmune disease disorder, syndrome, conditions, whatever I have the term, with autoimmune compromised systems, what I've learned is that inflammation is the primary thing. inflammation, brings about this stuff, or is part of it. It's very primary with it. In other words, it's not indirect. It's directly related with autoimmune compromised systems. Okay, with systemic sclerosis, it is inflammation. However, what she said, and I love this, what she said was that the inflammation occurred years ago. So it starts with inflammation. However, by time this condition has been named, given it a name, then the inflammation has been going on for several years. Okay, so that's the difference with systemic sclerosis. It goes from inflammation to fibrosis. So, that's a aha for me, because for me, I've been researching herbs and different things, and foods, what foods reduce inflammation, what herbs can reduce inflammation. And I was on that journey, in searching on how to help how to help my baby, So I'm doing that. But then when she said that, I said, huh. She said it is anti-fibrotic is what we want to look for. So, that's a big difference. Like one of the judges, I love her, Lois H. Smith, in the unemployment, Michigan Unemployment Systems of Hearings and Rules, she would say, she said, this is Mark Twain. There's a difference between the lightning and the lightning bug. That's a difference right there. Searching for inflammation versus searching for anti-fibrotic substances, herbs, foods, and different things like that. So that was really exciting for me. Scleroderma, and the systemic sclerosis, it averages like women 40 years. 3 in 1 women get it to men. It does include children and men. And one thing about this particular known thing is that it is more prevalent in the people of color community. However, the different trials and clinical trials and things, they're people of color underrepresented with as far as getting the treatment and things, and that's changing. That's why you have the GRASP, because the GRASP, African, that's what genome research, I think it's African American. Anyway, they are specifically focusing on the African American, the brown community, and bringing clinical trials and treatments and things, and they're backed by the National Scleroderma Foundation. Okay, but anyway, let me get off of that. So with systemic sclerosis, and I got to keep track of this time, and I'll start it again. I think I'm going to stop here. Let me do, because I did take 15 minutes. The next lecture I will do. So anyway, with systemic sclerosis and scleroderma, sclera and derma, if you break the words down, sclera is a Greek word meaning tightening, hardening, and then derma we know is skin, epidermis, that you're into integumentary system, and that's our skin, which is our fiercest protector. All right, so I'm going to leave it right there just to say how systemic sclerosis is, it is a hardening of the body tissue type of condition, and it is inflammatory in the onset. However, from what I'm learning is that the emphasis seems to be to concentrate on the anti-fibrotic, meaning how to reduce the fibrosis, the scarring, the continuation of the scarring, which is the collagen. Because with systemic sclerosis, you've got to be very careful with adding more collagen in your diet, in supplements, in herbs. So anyone that if you've been diagnosed with systemic sclerosis, then what what I started doing, because it was hard. I mean, because everybody wants collagen. Collagen keeps us young, y'all. You know what I mean? That's the anti-aging secret. Got to keep that collagen. So it was very difficult to find anything about how to reduce collagen because it's like you ain't gonna find something like that because people want that collagen. So one, and I have to say, Professor Dr. Supressa, thank you so much because when she asked in our autoimmune private community room, and I invite you to join us if you want to join us in the autoimmune community. Please post below, and I'm happy. I'll gladly, yes, with love. We welcome, embrace and love you. Yeah. So anyway, I had put information out there. Hey, can anybody share how I can kind of find out how to find foods and things to read that's not that much collagen? And she asked the question, what foods are rich in collagen? And it was a light that went off in me. I said, praise God. Okay. So instead of looking for foods that are, and I researched for her and I sent her a couple of things, but she was that pivoting moment for me, that aha moment. Like, no, don't search for what foods or what herbs or what substances have less collagen. Search for the foods that are high in collagen. And when I started doing that, oh my God, all kind of things was popping up. All kind of foods and herbs and stuff. So those are the things that you want to not have incorporated in your diet. See, it's amazing how things work. But anyway, yeah, I do invite you to join us in our autoimmunity. It's called autoimmunity. And I call autoimmunity like we're automatically immune from this thing. You know what I mean? I went to a banquet yesterday. Joy Pascal, Apostle Joy Pascal had a benefit, and one sister, Catherine, I think her last name, I don't know. I'm not going to get it, but Catherine, and I'm going to reach out to her because her message resonated with me very much. There's something she said, and I've got to reach out to her and say, hey, where? She said something about the spear, something of the sword, or something in scripture, and I want to reach out to her to say, where did you get that from, so that I can find, so I can go to that. But anyway, it's just amazing. So anyway, if you'd like to join our group, if you have an autoimmune compromised condition that the doctors have said that you're living with or whatever, please post below. And also, I want to invite you to I'm still doing good. I want to invite you to our walk, Striving to Cure Scleroderma. That's going to be June 4th if you're in the D and you like to get some exercise, you like to donate, $1, $5, whatever. My team is striving to cure scleroderma. The whole umbrella is stampeding out scleroderma. It's all about finding the cure. So I know it's stampede in there, and probably because Detroit Zoo. So that's where we're going to be meeting at the Detroit Zoo, and we'll be walking June 4th, and I know it's going to be a beautiful day. So if you'd like to join us, so far we have, bless your heart, Josephine, my sister, beautiful soul, beautiful spirit, sister friend, who's just so ever encouraging and supporting, and I thank you. I love you. I got to give you a shout out. If you'd like to join us, please join us. So far, it's me and Josephine. We hanging in. We don't do our thing. So just please join us if you'd like to join that post below, because I didn't put the link, but I will after I put this thing back up. Once I put it on the YouTube and all that kind of stuff. And then also, this is another note: if you enjoyed these lectures, or even if you like me, whatever, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel and give the lecture a like. I appreciate that. Absolutely. All right, so we know that the journey in self-recovery is absolutely beautiful, and I hope you know Soul Beautiful, both he and she. So are you. So in 2023, what we're going to do is elevate and touch on that trust that we are human and divine, and within our imperfection, all of these dis-ease, disorder, conditions, syndromes, within all of that imperfection, absolutely rests perfection. Why? Because we are created in the image of the Alpha and the Omega. We are co-creators. All right. So as you tap into you, I tap into me. We tap into we because we know it is one energy, one love, and we are in this together. We are connected. All right. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening. Of course, I am, if I didn't say it, I am Anita C. Powell. All right. Blessings, peace, and you know with this message comes a whole lot of love. All right. See ya.